Watch the manufacturing process of tuna knife. Finally understood. Why is the fish knife considered the most difficult in the world of broken knives? Fish knife is the heart of the aquaculture industry, possessing absolute mysterious power in the core area. This requires not only the craftsmanship of adding, you also need a pair of lively hands. Finally, I can create a sword as bright as a lens. This is a local factory with a century-old history. The first step in knife making, the master will first use his claws to tie up, then take out the raw materials and diamonds needed for this time. Then throw it into the furnace. Heat treatment at 1000 degrees. After the raw material turns red, add it quickly. Put it in the air and hang it down for forging. First time breaking, to create a rat tail shape on one end of the handle. Then put it into the furnace for secondary heating. This round of hammering is mainly aimed at the blade, and reduce the overall thickness by about 2/3. Only if the blade size is more uniform. Only then will it enter the last round of heating stage. This layer of forging, beating can be said to be the most important process in this round. This requires not only grasping the overall size, we also need to do a good job of precision control for this nearly 90-year-old man. All this is becoming overwhelming. Especially occupational diseases left by young people. No matter what the situation is, the elderly, I would unconsciously play the piano with my mouth. This has also become a habit that can't be changed. Then start grinding the blade. The fish knife surface presents a bright color. I want to move forward and start working on the details. First, place it on the stamping platform. Remove the handles that are too long to be cropped. Then slowly put the goggles on your head. Hold the fish knife and grind it from one side to the other. After several rounds of polishing, the edges will also become unusually neat. Next, it will be transported to the front to prepare the tsuehua. First, apply a layer of loose mud on the surface of the blade. Then place it on the stove surface. Temporary baking. This will make the mud more cohesive. Prevent mud from falling in the green fire map. The reason why the clay is applied. There are several main reasons. Prevent surfaces from overheating, prevent the surface from being too hard, and prevent the main causes of tool deformation. Because metal cools rapidly when it comes into contact with water. Surface clay. It can prevent the cooling process. The stress problem. Avoid tool cracking and deformation. Effectively improves tool toughness and many other advantages. Then, workers also need to repair the details of the knife. By beating with both hands. Make the knife look straighter. This is also in preparation for the next polishing. Then put it on the homemade mold. Keep adjusting your hands to the right position. This mold looks dangerous. Not safe at all. He only relied on a few nails to fix it. If you change to a new player, once you use too much force, whoosh, there will never be a second scream. But the benefits of this thing are also obvious. Both hands can control the grinding progress at will. This avoids vibration problems during grinding. Double-sided grinding completed in a blink of an eye. Next, start grinding the tip of the knife. Whether it is ancient cold weapons or today's fruit knife blade, it has always been the most important part of the tool. So I want to polish this position. The method is not destined to be simple. This requires the master to wear gloves. The vibration frequency generated by grinding with both hands. Come and experience the charm of details in the process of making fish knives. After a long time of polishing, the knife emits an unusually bright light at this moment. Especially the contrast between the edges of the blade and the back of the knife. The lines are drawn so clearly. There is no trace of any residue left during the grinding process. The trace is left. Then remove the tape. Glue all the way from the handle to the tip of the knife. And stick the upper part of the tool to leave the blade position. Then put it into the sandblasting machine. Next, start sandblasting the fish knife. The main purpose of sandblasting to increase the beauty of the knife. This makes the blade present distinct lines. This will, to a certain extent, increase overall selling price. As for the appearance after sandblasting, there will be a demonstration at the end of the video. Then use a rag to wipe the surface of the fish knife clean. Now comes the craftsman's favorite process: holding a hammer and hitting the back of the knife with the impact force of the chisel. The surface quickly left clearly visible mosquitoes. Then move it to the front and place it on the gas stove. Insert into the handle quickly after heating, and shake left and right. Then use a wooden hammer to hit it hard. At this point, a complete fish knife is formed. Then put it on the display stand. Under, you can see the blade pattern left after sandblasting. The tiny patterns look extremely delicate. It also improves the texture of the whole fish knife. Finally, enter the exhibition. Huge tuna in front of the fish knife. Like a piece of tofu. There is no obstruction at all. What do you think of this knife?